Yeah, hey, but chill, we in here. You know, it's the one and only Mr. Lamar Yaz, and we in the basement, and I got my guy, Jap.
Jap, JD, Jasper.
You
Yeah,
feel me? Hey, but we just politicking today. We ain't really on too much of nothing, but we gonna go through a few topics. Really, we just go shoot the shit, yo. Hopefully, y'all get something out of this conversation.
hopefully, man. That's all I try to do is reach one person
That's it. That's all it takes is
a
one
day.
person.
Just spark a little. What if? That's all.
That's it, man.
Just a question. Made the post today. That's what made the post today, man. I'm like, people never ask themselves, like, who am I?
Yo, that's a good question. We really be lost out here, and I ain't not in the way of like I ain't even gonna say sheep or nothing, but like really like we just living like without a purpose.
See, that's the thing, though.
What's the purpose?
Yeah. Is there a purpose?
And to me, that's the mission is to figure out if it what's the purpose if it is a purpose.
Mm. What do you think?
Just be productive in the sense of don't destroy, build and provide and provide life.
Is that purpose?
That's a good question. I don't know if that's with I, that's a good
The
question.
word purpose means that this is what it was intended for.
I mean, saying it from that point, I don't really know then. But I would have said purpose. But looking at it from that perspective, is that purpose or nature
Right.
doing what nature is in?
We're gonna survive regardless. We're
Right,
gonna do whatever we gotta do to
right.
survive. Now, from the time we're born and the time we die, I don't think that there's a general purpose for like human existence. My bad. I don't think it's a purpose for human existence. I think that we can decide what we want our own purpose to be.
You might have to elaborate a little bit more on that.
I don't think like first of all, let me just let you know I'm not a religious person. I mean, most people know that already. So when I'm talking, the aspect of religion and God is to the side. I deal with what we see. You can apply God logic later if that's what you choose to do. I just don't. I'm dealing with what I'm faced with. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I study people, I study nature, I study humans. I don't think that there's a difference between us and the animal kingdom. So I don't think that bears have a purpose. I don't think lions have a purpose. I just think they exist. I think that's the same for us. But I think because we have the intelligence to know that we're existing in amongst everything else in nature, that we have the mindset to be the greatest of the creatures. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we use it that way, but we can decide what we want our own purpose to be in life. Like there is no if you don't do this, you failed. That's what I mean by
Okay,
purpose.
I
You know what
got
I'm
you.
saying?
Got you. So you don't think like even down to the bears and the lions, you think they just here.
I think that we're just existing. I think they exist better than we do because they
So
don't have ego.
I seen something today. I seen a video that said the smarter or more woke we become, the dumber we become.
I hate that word. Woke.
Woke.
Yeah.
But the reason I even brought it up now, because let's say when we say the bears and the lions are living, even though there's no purpose, they still maintaining in a more efficient way than we are.
Because they don't it doesn't matter to them.
Right. So our intelligence
Yeah.
is actually the thing that's hindering us.
Exactly.
That that makes sense.
That well, I think is the main for me, and this is my own thoughts. Y'all are free to choose and think whatever you want. I think that the most detrimental thing to human existence is ego.
Understood.
Like point blank. Like ego is what for us, like if it's unchecked with the intellect, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like we think that we're greater than all other things.
Facts.
And
That's a true statement.
because of that, we disrespect all other things
And that's another true statement.
because we don't respect life. We really don't. We say we do, but for me, I think all humans, well, yeah, all of us, we just hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We say one thing, but our actions show another. You know what I'm saying? But
I can understand that. Excuse me. So say like with the ego. So let's say would you say most disagreements, meaning like from the smallest to the grandest of wars and all of that, is a result of egos being bruised.
egos being bruised, egos being tested, egos. I mean, trying to prove points instead of just living in harmony, like just exist. Like, of course, we had animal nature because we are in fact animals. You know what I'm saying? But and that's the thing that most people don't understand. Like, if you look at the animal kingdom, whatever they doing, you don't look at what animals are doing to each other. You don't apply a morality aspect to that.
Right.
It's just we do because we believe that we are not of the same cloth as the animal kingdom. We believe we're of a divine cloth of spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And that is the thing that makes our ego more inflated.
Got you.
We can't just be a part of the universe. We got to be dropped here from God. So that right there alone, if I'm dropped from God and you drop from God and you think your God is the supreme God, now we got a beef because I think my God is the most powerful God. Why are we fighting over a God?
Right, and it's all a belief. Let's say if you take the different religions, religion is, for the most part, religion is based off of region. So if you were the same way that you can be born here or there and be programmed, I'm gonna say programmed from birth to adulthood with this strong sense of belief, they're being programmed with the strong sense of belief. So now you both are at war and down in each other over a programming based off of where you were, which region you were born in.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And that's why I say, like, most people don't even have an original thought in their mind.
Right.
It's all what you were fed. Like, everything that before you really find yourself, everything that think and believe is the mind of somebody else. Like, your parents raise you. Well, technically you are your parents, but we become individualized. But you don't even have your own thoughts until you question your own thoughts. And I don't think you really technically free mind until you basically deny all things and then accept all possibilities. Because the fact that you exist means that anything is possible.
True.
That don't mean it's probable, but it's possible.
So that's where the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So you the knowledge is what we all the unoriginal thoughts. And the wisdom is understanding. It's coming to that understanding that these non-original thoughts are non-original thoughts. And once you understand that, is that where you become wise?
Once you understand, you first have to question. Like, we just accept knowledge as just as a overall. Okay, this is the fact. This is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because why would it not be?
Right.
In our mind, because we're here. Why are we here? We all know the ego brings about the questions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
We can't just simply exist. We have to figure a reason. And because we're constantly on that path to finding a reason, we're not even living. Because you're worried about your afterlife instead of your current life. And
That's a good point. I didn't look at that because I literally spend my days worrying about the purpose.
yeah, like,
Like I know I personally could live more. I can live more.
and
Like
I think everybody should have their own purpose. Like, you should figure out what you want to do, not like what was planned for
plan
me.
for you. So what would you consider living? That's really kind of a broad question.
You first of all, you just got to stop caring about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, pardon my language, but we can't care about everything.
Right. Right.
And even if you do care about everything, you can't care about everything the same way,
Right.
because some things hold more weight than others. Like, I love my family. I love humans in general, but
Right.
I'm not going to care about the human race more than I care about the family I create. And,
Okay, got you.
And some of us just have to understand how to separate that and compartmentalize care, love. Although every emotion we exhibit, we got to understand that it's compartmentalization. It's aspects to that. You know, it's not just one thing. I love, so
Right.
love is the same all the way around. You just got to choose how you love people, put people where they need to be, and just stop caring about every damn thing. Like, shit, we be caring about stuff that don't even affect
That don't
our
affect.
lives. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And we let it affect our mind, and that's the part that's bad. Like, it doesn't affect you at all, but it's affecting your mind. And because it's affecting your mind, it's affecting your life, because stress. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we don't know how to handle stress.
So would you say upon your new discovery that detoxing your mind, the importance of detoxing your mind? Let me give you an example. If you got friends and you just surround your friends every day, or even just regularly, whether you talking or not, if it's almost like what they say, it take 21 days to break a habit.
Right.
So, but if this has been your everyday life for this, if you go a month, not a year, but a month, with the more you limit the communication, the freer you would be, to the point where you actually can step outside and see inside.
Exactly.
And once you do that, you understand it's like we can still be friends, but I have to deal with you accordingly.
Right.
Like I got people for different situations.
Exactly.
I got creative friends. I got, hey, I don't want to say my ratchet friends, but hey, we about to turn up tonight. I got
Right.
friends for that. And like I don't expect this person, I don't expect to have the deepest conversations with this person.
Exactly.
But you are just as valuable to me as the person that has the, again, if we go say woke and sleep and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
sleep is a very valuable part of life.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be woke 24/7. You got to have balance. So just because we discuss different things and talk about different things, there's still value in them. But you my Friday friend, on a Tuesday afternoon, I might not chill with you unless there's something going on, and there's no harm. It's just
We got to understand. I mean, we got to respect people's minds. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand, like, because we take offense to shit. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Oh, you don't want to hang with me? I'm offended now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then, like, we just can't, oh, I'll chill with you another day. It's not that serious.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
Like, people be going through stuff, man. We are damaged goods.
good point.
Even if we are goods. I mean, I don't think humans have done any good to the world whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm kind of ashamed to be a human.
Oh man.
No, but I love us. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff with us, but it's some good. You know what I'm saying? I can't help but love us. I came from us. I'm from the
Yeah.
hood, but
I mean, that's a part, like, just like dealing with humans, like, was
it's a lot of stuff you want to
Yeah.
say.
I'm trying to be I'm not being PC, but I'm trying not to You know, not trying to sound like that dude.
Right. Yeah, we not doctors. We not scientists. We
Yeah,
not nothing.
I'm
These
just
are
me, yo. Just
thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact,
thoughts.
these are
More so questions.
original thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. OT.
That's right. Y'all should try it, man. I'm like, I'm in a constant state, man. I talk to people all the time, man. Like, and it's like, for me, imagine having the thing that you think is best for the world, but you can't even tell them because it's dangerous at the same time.
Got you. So with that being the case, would it be possible? Let's say when we talk about conspiracies, just the overall, sometimes conspiracies are necessary. You can't tell everybody everything. If some of the stuff we have conspiracies about, if we found out that some of those things were true, how would that affect us as a nation? Like you got to think about it as a parent. Regardless if you look at it like that, the government is the parent of the nation. You a parent and you got kids. You can't tell your kid everything.
At all.
Your lights get cut off. You can't tell your kids my lights got cut off. You gotta make up something like the power went out or something. You can't tell everybody everything. So if us as the people, if we knew everything, it would be anarchy.
And this is what people don't understand. And well, people probably do understand it, but if they do, they don't care.
Right.
But, like, the fact that really we got a two-party government.
Right.
So that means you don't agree with this party.
Right.
So if this party is in rulership, they're going to do things that you do not agree with.
Right.
Why do they need to explain everything because you don't agree with it? Like, they have to make decisions to protect the country. And for the life of me, I don't understand why you would have a rooting interest against your own country. I don't give a damn if we live in a terrorist country. Y'all are protecting me. I'm the citizen of the terrorist nation.
Right.
I want you to win so that I win. If they fail, I fail.
Right.
Like,
I mean, that's true.
Like, why would you want a weak government? A weak government means that another government is going to take over your government.
And do things that you don't agree with.
Exactly. Like, that's why, man, I'm in a mode in life where I don't even really see good and evil. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those are just concepts. I believe things happen. People do things. They affect you because you perceive it a certain way.
Right.
You perceive it as good or evil. But all they did was an action.
Right.
Now, our perspective of life is what shapes our reality.
Right.
And the bombshell is 8 billion realities on one planet.
Right.
Clashing. You know what I'm saying? Every person has their own reality going on. No two realities are the same.
Right. That's why I stopped giving advice about certain things because I had to come to the understanding that my reality is different than the next person's reality. So if advice is just that, advice. It's not.
Your reality is different, and your capability of adjusting and adapting to their reality is different also. So yeah, you can give advice.
Right.
But I may not even have the capability to execute.
Right.
Mentally or physically.
Right.
But go ahead.
Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. And so, like, I mean, just with that being the case, you have to understand that, like, everybody's an individual. So even with that being the case, sometimes the advice, people don't want advice, and it's not necessarily that. More so, people just want to hear versus advice. That's why when you get mad and be like, yeah, they called me with their problems, and I did all of this, and they still did blah 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 blah, because people don't really look for solutions. I'm really more so talking out and thinking of solutions, but I'm venting. So so it's like just people ain't really looking for solutions.
You know what's crazy? therapists exist, counselors exist, but we exist.
Right.
Why can't we be therapy for each other? Like,
Right.
why do I have to? Why do I have to think because I give you advice you need to take it?
Right. That's what it is.
Egotistical as hell. Like,
It goes back.
yeah. Like,
Because advice is just that. It's just advice. It's a suggestion.
and I don't even give advice.
I stopped.
Yeah. Like,
I stopped. I stopped giving advice, and I started being more of an ear, because it's like, well, I did this, well, I did that. I mean, just even from starters, like everybody's normal is different.
exactly.
Like we grew, like literally, you could your normal, like think about it, having siblings. Even though we grew up in the same house, I can run my house different than you run your house. But we literally grew up in the same house
Pallets on the floor
together.
Yeah.
But we grow up and we run out. So that right there alone goes to show that your upbringing is the base of it's kind of it's the starting point. But y'all life experience. But we run our house different because as we got up and went outside, even though we lived in the same house, when we went outside, we went out separate ways. So our experiences with the world are different.
Even inside the house.
True
Even
that.
You're in the home with your brother and your sister. You're still experiencing a whole different world.
True that.
Even if the same actions are being done to both of y'all, you have a separate mind.
True.
You have a separate understanding. Like,
and that go with like with kids, having kids, and just like having kids to me is so interesting. Like, cause we always see the world from our perspective, so we don't understand. As we get older and more we understand, the slate was already painted. It was already drew on by our parents. But when you see a kid that from birth that had like come into the world with a blank slate, all they know is that I'm hungry.
that's it.
And I want to feel somebody's touch.
That's it.
That's it. So to watch as that blank slate get wrote on, and to see the differences of how they learn, how they grow, and it actually makes you understand yourself. Like having kids actually makes me understand myself more.
God, but like, and I don't even believe in God.
Yeah.
Same thing. But to go back a little bit, like the people, humans, and kids. I think that's where like the term, the name, the kid, the children thing. That is what kind of took us off from whatever idea of existence is, because in reality you just rebirth yourself.
That's true.
You just gave birth to yourself. Like, two people came together, we put our genes together, we reproduce us. I look just like my dad. I am my dad. I even act like my dad. My dad wasn't in my life my whole entire life. Like, just in my late years. Like, I grew up with, my mom had bad boyfriends.
Like, and that's crazy. Like to me, like, guess what my dad was known for?
Where?
DJing. My dad was the neighborhood DJ.
Oh.
You feel me? Like, it's crazy because the older I get, the more, like, when you're young, you hear things. Again, it's not original thoughts. It's somebody else's thoughts.
Exactly.
So you look at the situation differently. You might look at it from an angry perspective, or, dang, that's a fucked up perspective. But then as I get older and I understand myself and I understand my personality with the kids and just humans and stuff like that. So I seen a post one time that you said, like, my wife can vouch for a lot of stuff, because I have a conversation or something with her, and then like literally like either the next day or like within 2 days you'll post a status that be like, and I'll be like, yo son, that's crazy. And I'm gonna tell you the one that did it, because when I be talking to my wife, I always tell her like, yo man, my favorite class in the class out of all the classes out of all my 4 years, the class that still, the information I got in that class that still pop up to this day was my psychology class. I took AP Psychology, Smith High School, Mr. Blumke, if y'all know him. And I remember that class. And it's crazy, because it's crazy coming from a psychology perspective, because in that class we had no classwork, no homework, and we might have did a quiz once a month. But the psychology of it is like, I know how to teach y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Because that class stuck with me 20 years ago. But I ain't do all the extra work.
Right.
But all these other classes, I did all the writing, all the work. I don't remember half of that stuff. But it was just stuff. But then I was literally talking about this, and like 2 days later, you put up a post that was like, yo, the only thing I really, the class that I really something about college was your psychology class. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. So like one of the things just that I just got overall from psychology was understanding basically the mental state of humans. And you know, once you look at stuff, you can deal with things in a different light to where like, I mean, you think about just anything, just getting over situations and stuff like that. It's like once you understand that, it's like certain stuff, it just is what it is. But we've been programmed that you're supposed to be sad at this moment.
Right.
You're supposed to be happy at this moment. You're supposed to be angry at this. And it's like, why?
Right. I think psychology should be a prerequisite for everybody.
Everything.
Like, people underestimate. Like, just one course of psychology will, if you have the mental capacity to grasp it, it will open your mind. Like, just understand. If you allow yourself to learn to just be patient and understand that we have some messed up minds.
True.
So, because I understand that, you know, we all think we're normal.
Right.
Like it don't matter what mental state
right.
we are.
That's
we
true.
think
There.
we're normal.
And
so,
they slow.
Right. If you're not like me, you're wrong.
Right.
So, psychology helps you understand that everybody's mind is different. Be
right.
patient. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to have a little bit of compassion.
Right.
Because you don't know what is going on in people's minds.
Right.
And you'll judge. You know what I'm saying? Based off of an action, not knowing like what mental thing is going on to cause that. You know, what can I do? Like, how can I help you? Like, one thing might tick you off. You might be a serial killer.
Right.
You just ain't killed nobody yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't know how to interact. And the thing is, like, we don't know how to be, like, we're trying. I made a post today, like, all simultaneously. We're trying to be a person. We're trying to be a citizen. We're trying to be, like, we're trying to be accountable, responsible.
Rich.
We don't even know how to be humans.
Right.
Like,
right.
We don't know the basics of what a human is. Like, we don't know what the purpose of a human is. We're just doing what somebody told us. This is how you act in civilization. This is what a person is supposed to do. We're not living the actual human life.
Right.
We're living a designed life. You know
right. True that.
For civilization, which I don't have a problem with, because I think civilization is needed. Because without it, we would be some crazy. We would be the animals
that we look down on. We would be the cavemen.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like even yeah. That's because like say like with psychology helped me to understand just brain functions as far as like short term, long term memory.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't understand as a whole the impact of short term, long term memory and how our brain is constantly running. It's constantly running whether you believe it or not. Like it, even though I'm not thinking about it, but my brain registered that this light is right here.
Mm-hmm.
So without nobody having no conversation, I'm still registering. If something is playing in the background, even though I'm focused on this, my brain still absorbs what's going on in the background. So it's like even if you sleep with the TV on, and it's still programming. So it may not. So when we talk about deja vu, sometimes it's more so something that what you saw that you ain't think about, you heard that you ain't think about, but it was something that triggered that thought from not even short term or whatever, but it was something that triggered that thought that was stored. That's how I feel about something of that nature.
Now I got a wild theory about like dimensions and
now that's interesting. I would like to know more about that.
timelines and shit like that. Like my mind is over there somewhere,
yeah,
not in that same aspect of how we see Marvel and shit.
yeah.
Not like that, but as far as like every thought that you have when there comes a fork in the road and you need to make a decision, for me it's like, okay, you just departed from that timeline and created another one. Now you can always say, nah, I'm gonna go back. And you can get back on that same timeline. So it's kind of like as you're going straight, you're creating the same pattern as like a lightning strike or your veins and arteries and shit like that. Like it's just every decision. Okay, boom, I want to go that way. Okay, that timeline essentially stopped.
So it don't go
right. They don't exist
until you go back and
yeah, you just diverted from that timeline. Like if you would have stayed on that path, another end result would have occurred. But you deviated and created a whole nother aspect of life for yourself. And a lot of us, we do it all the time, and we have regrets, you know. But you know, this is just the end sum of your decisions. You know what I'm saying? If you would have chose a different decision, you would have had a different end. So you chose to do whatever you wanted to do. This is results, and the thing is, it's just life. You know what I'm saying? What? Because we think we need a purpose, we think, okay, I should have did this in my life, and maybe you would have had more money. What would that have done for you? Like, what would more money do for you? Like, if you don't even have the capacity to budget to sustain it, what would that more money have done? Like, if I would have been a different person, maybe there's a lot of things in my life that I feel like, damn, what if? And I could have been rich. Me and my peoples, we could have had all this money. Okay, we're gonna die. Then what?
True that.
Real life, real living is loving, like not hating. Why do I need to hate? Why do I need to want you dead when you're gonna die anyway?
That's a good point. That's
you're
a good point.
Die. Every single person is gonna die, and we look at death so differently than I believe how former civilizations looked at it. Like we mourn death too much.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
And we don't celebrate life enough.
No, I definitely agree with that. I agree with that.
Like something that we all know is going to occur, which is death. Now of course we're going to grieve.
Right.
It's sad. Yeah, we don't want our people leaving.
Right.
At this time, we might think, but again, that's our ego.
Mm-hmm.
Because we think you should have had more time on this earth.
Right.
When you did whatever you did, and the end result is this is where you are. You're not here with us anymore. In reality, your death did nothing to the timeline of history, of human existence. That's
right.
why really my motto is nothing matters.
Now that I came to that conclusion, and I found peace when I realized how much stuff don't matter.
It don't matter.
It really don't matter. Like see, I kind of lost my train of thought.
Let me explain why I say nothing matters.
Uh-huh.
When I say nothing matters for the people, I don't just mean like you don't care about anything. What I mean is everything that we've been taught, everything that we believe, the stuff that people made us value, none of that matters.
Right. Now that, yeah, okay. Yeah.
And because none of that matters, you choose. You get to choose what matters for you. Which is the life and the family that you create. Like, that is what really matters.
True.
Why are we worried about that universe?
I mean, I that's actually how I be thinking. It's actually cool to hear it put it in words. Because a lot of times, I personally have trouble trying to simplify some of the thoughts that I have. Like, I can see it clear as day. But trying to speak it it doesn't come out as clear. And it's not that it doesn't come out as clear. They go back to everybody's normal,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's mind, and everybody's capabilities. And like like what I'm starting to learn as far as like what don't matter and all of this stuff is that nobody is necessarily smarter in a sense. Like
Yeah, man.
that's just what in the realm of what you deemed important or what mattered to you,
Exactly.
you are an expert in that. But I'm not. But it doesn't matter to me. So I didn't take the energy to become an expert in it.
Exactly.
So the things that I'm an expert in are not more important to than the things that you are an expert in because what you're an expert in is important to you, but not to me, vice versa.
Because matter. That's all it is. You chose what matters to you. You put the energy into that. I choose what matters to me. I put the energy into that. If I'm worried about what matters to you, I'm going to be trying to do what you're doing.
Right,
And I mean, that may not be in my DNA. Like, I may not even have the capacity to care about that type of stuff.
right.
We don't know. And we just
True that.
assume you should care about it because I care about
Because you care about
it. And it's,
it. And that's ego.
right. And because you don't care about what I care about now, I got to not. I have to dislike you.
Right,
Because we have two different cares.
right. That's true.
Toddler thinking, man.
I mean, it is. I'm telling you, because I mean, like, I stopped caring about so much stuff, and it's like from the outside world, people will have a lot to say about me personally and the way I live life. But when I think like, the peace of not caring, because it's like, I don't live by I don't like, man, like, honestly speaking, I look at my day to day life versus stuff that other people look at,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, but that's normal to you. So like if I have to do those things, I get stressed out because it ain't my normal. Some stuff
Mm-hmm.
you have to do because again the civilization
Mm-hmm.
that we live in, and it's like you still have to be a citizen.
Exactly.
So it's things that I have to do, but it's certain stuff that stress me out and give me anxiety.
Real quick, key words you just said. You have to be a citizen.
Right.
You're going to have to be a citizen somewhere.
Regardless.
And one day we're going to touch on it. It may not be tonight, but we're going to touch on how detrimental it is in the black community that we teach our kids and ourselves about going against the civilization, the community that we are forced to be a part of.
Right. That's true. That's true.
If you're not removing yourself or your children from this wicked, evil regime that you deem is the worst thing in the world, why are you teaching them about the devil in their face that they can't get away from?
Right.
What good is that doing?
Right. That's true.
What good is that going to start? They're going to have to deal with it.
And it actually makes it worse. It
Right.
makes it worse because now they've been exposed to things that they really truly don't understand why. Like you like trying to like even trying to explain to my daughter like she's 9. But like I'm trying to explain from a level of a 39-year-old, and it's like I can't explain it that way because your young mind can't process
Right.
because you haven't even had enough experience to even understand really truly what I'm saying.
Bro, I got a text on my way over here from my 12-year-old daughter. What she say? She asked me, "Am I mental?" So immediately, I don't answer questions.
Yeah,
I want you to answer your own self. So I asked her, "What does that mean?"
yeah.
I don't know. Then why are you worried about if you're mental? You don't even understand the word.
Yeah, you don't understand what you're asking.
So somebody called me that. Okay. Why are you worried about somebody else's thoughts? Worry about how you think of yourself.
Right.
Like, I have to keep like instilling this stuff into their mind because it's so easy. Like, she's worried about a word she don't even know the meaning of.
Right.
Because a child that don't even know the meaning of it themselves call her that. I'm like, worry about what you think about yourself.
Right.
Focus on you. This is
Right.
man. This is crazy. Like, life, man.
Like, and that's important, man. Like, again, going back to kids are fascinating because you just watch how you think about it. Some kids go to daycare, some kids don't.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about the kids who don't go to daycare. So from age birth to 4.5 to where they go preschool, you watch the kid be kind of innocent and basically doing life off of your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You send them out to preschool after the first week, and you like, where you learn that? Who told you that? So now you got
Right.
not even just the other teacher teaching them the systematic thoughts.
Right.
So then you think about kids. So now you put your one kid in a classroom with 20 other kids. So that's, for one, that's 20 other minds
Exactly.
on top of the other mental influences that each kid deal with at home. So you got to think. So now you got a 4-year-old that's exposed to a whole new world of all of these thoughts in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got the kids trying to process all of that. So like then you get your kids to now by the time they in high school, think about all of the influences,
All of it. All of it.
all the influences, and we don't understand how messed up, well, how it appears that the kids are so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you even think about the TV, we had programming, so you had to watch this at this time and that at that time. So for the most part, you spent time with your 5 friends
Mm-hmm.
in the neighborhood. Y'all wasn't 20 deep in the neighborhood. It was 3, 4.
Nintendo.
You feel me? So now you got the kids with FaceTime, 200 followers on 3 different platforms. Hey, to a 10-year-old kid, 200 followers is a whole lot of people.
Man, yeah, you.
I'm following 500 people. So it's like, dog, on a daily basis, a 10-year-old kid is looking at and listening to 500 people.
Followers will be currency in the future.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. You know, the influences. That's why they call them an influencer.
Exactly.
We go big up the influencers because we trying to influence. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we don't understand how words and names and labels affect stuff. You remember social media used to be social networking with the purposes of we about to network. Now it's media
Content. That's it.
content. Like even if you like, just think about 5 years ago, it was just social media. We just on Facebook kicking it.
5 years ago, you could create content and it's just relaxed.
Right? Yeah.
Now, like I'm a content creator, but I'm not trying to get rich off of content creating. So I'm not trying to make posts
Right.
encouraging people to come like and follow. I'm not doing all that. If
Right.
you like my content, you like it.
Yeah.
If you
It's
don't,
genuine.
it's fine. I'm
That's genuine.
making content because I like to speak.
Right.
If I make money from it, that is gravy.
Right.
But my thing is, I want people from my genealogy, after I'm gone, to know precisely how I thought.
That's a good point. That goes back to me. That goes back to the earlier thing we were talking about, purpose. So in a sense, I would say that's kind of my purpose is to, and honestly, being real. As much as I would love the world to really know these things about me, it's really about my lineage.
Exactly.
Like, we got stories of our grandparents and great grandparents,
Exactly.
but ain't nothing like
Live
footage, hearing the voice, and all of this and all of that. And that's how I feel. So that's more so how I feel about content creation right now.
And one last thing on that. Like in the future, we will have maybe some great grands that may look exactly like us,
Right.
and they're gonna want to know my great grandfather Jasper
Yeah.
or Chris. Damn, I look just like him. And they might be lost mentally,
Yeah.
because I have zero faith in humanity, so I don't think the future is bright.
Yeah.
I think the future is what it is for the generation that is going to be there.
I can understand that.
It ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? Our time is now, and it's passing. So for them, they might be thinking the same thoughts that I had, but they might be thinking them early on in life.
Right. And that confirmation of actually not just saying, boy, your granddaddy would have loved you. It's like, nah.
Right.
And you
I
see
think
that
they see
video
his
and be
thoughts.
like, yo, snap, yo. I was thinking the same thing.
Because DNA is just information.
True
Like,
that.
I don't even know how I came to think how I think. And maybe because somebody in my past had the same thoughts or
True that.
whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's just maybe the psychology class open up some doors in my
That's true.
DNA. I don't know.
I can understand that. I can definitely understand
Because I
that.
know it played a part. Like for my mom, you would say she's crazy, but clinically, mentally diagnosed with schizophrenic, bipolar mood disorder. So I was raised by that. So it was in my face, and I didn't know it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I know I have to be at least, at minimum, a certain level of crazy. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you want to title it.
I can understand that.
You
Because it's something you saying with DNA, it's somewhere in there.
Well, just having to deal with her. My mom is a handful. Like,
Got you.
I'm talking about a handful, man. Like, and drugs on top of that.
Got
like,
you.
Growing up, like I had crazy, like very bad. Like, so just dealing with that her mind being on our minds. You know what I'm saying? So I already know. Like, just as an adult, I'm like, damn, my mom was going through all this type of stuff, and she was in her 20s.
True. That's a real good point. That like when you bring age, being older now, when you hear stories about your parents and understand the age that they were dealing with these things, you give grace
You got to
to
give
some of
grace.
the stuff because at the end of the day, you like, yo, they was kids.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
how to be parents. They were just our parents.
Yeah, that's true. Like that's real true. I had moments where I felt the way
Yeah,
because of the cards that I was dealt.
exactly.
But then when I looked at the cards that she was dealt, that they was dealt, and then just understanding the age, like I look at stuff like I was the fourth kid. My mom was 23 when I was born, and I was the fourth kid.
Right.
So now at 22, I don't understand the struggle that come with that.
Exactly.
But at 40, I understand like a 23-year-old having to deal with that
Right.
in that era.
My mom had 6 kids within an 8-year span, and she started when she was 16,
You feel me?
and then she got on crack in the middle of that.
And
24 years old, 6 kids in crack.
and then again you think about the era, and you understand like we 90s kids as far as growing up, so we look at the drug in a different light than the 80s. We look at because we seen the end result in the
Right.
effects. But in 85, when I was born, this was new. So and then you again
It's
you
just
think
like weed.
it's just like weed. So it was new. So you think about women and how women can be manipulated. We look at certain situations and think like, damn, that's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think about it, hey, we partying. The women can be manipulated by the men, but the men are not necessarily doing it intentional. Some of them are, but it's like, all right, well, this is, it's not malicious.
Malicious is just a perspective.
A perspective.
Now, I know a lot of people might get triggered.
Yeah.
When we put stuff into context like perspective and stuff like that, but we're dealing with reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these is just the reality of the words in the situation. So you can apply your emotions to it, but it's just we're gathering. We're having a great time.
Right.
If you use drugs and I have a means to get them, and it's not like we don't know what the end result of the night is intended to be about. But then 10 years later, oh, you gave me drugs. Now you want to sue.
Right.
And this is not a slight at people who really get taken advantage of
right.
situations, because it's creeps everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's no different than a hyena sneaking in a chicken coop.
Right.
You are you mad at the hyena?
For doing what a hyena do.
Protect your chickens.
Right.
Why are you in the situation? Remove yourself from the situation. And that's one thing I try to do. I don't like being in an uncomfortable situation.
Me neither.
So I don't put myself in situations where you might be able to lie on me.
Right.
I'm a texter. I like proof. What are we doing? Text it to me. Are we doing this? Yeah. Text. We can call. Yeah, but I still need that confirmation for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of you.
Right.
Then I'm not gonna want to do it. I don't want to be in jail.
Right.
On some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to stay away from that stuff, and I try to keep a paper trail. But we look, on some real shit. Cursing. We only look at women getting taken advantage of.
Right.
We don't really look at how men are getting taken advantage of.
Oh man. But see, that kind of go back to the normal that we was talking about. Like, it's a different like, you think about how normal it is nowadays to have those need to have proof. In those times, there was no need to have proof, because that wasn't, like, now it's normal when you hear about cases. It literally has become the norm. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't the normal. Like, things happen. You think about when we was 19, 20, 21. Our normal was different than today's 19, 20, 21. Because, somebody done created a new normal, and now everybody like, dang, that was normal.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about this today, not to cut you off.
Yeah, I think we traveled down a road today. I think it was a good start. I think we touched on enough, and it's just a warm up, and it's like, we're not trying to be too technical with this. We really just trying to have some conversation,
Conversations that ain't being had, man.
Yeah, for real.
If it is, it's one sided.
Yeah, perspective.
Right.
Perspective.
My goal is to get people to accept all possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you canceling out possibilities?
Right. All things are possible.
It may not be probable. Once you accept that whatever comes to you, for me to get to where I am in life, and I'm nowhere further than anybody else. I'm just at peace with my life. I accepted any and all possibilities in life, period. So everything is possible. Once I take that in, and then I can start deciphering what makes sense for me. I had to erase every single thing that I was embedded with. And I had to, basically give birth to myself again. I really had to dive deep and accept, maybe this is true. Maybe what I was taught is false. It could be possible, but I can't even get to the truth if I don't accept the possibility of it.
True that.
Accept the possibility of possible. And then you decipher. Then you start moving things where they need to be. Okay, that don't make sense. All right. but it's possible. But no, all right. So now we narrow down. Cool. This is I'm comfortable with this belief. That's all that takes. Just be comfortable with your belief, and be comfortable with that belief that gives you peace, because that's the main thing. You want to be right about something. It don't matter if you're right. If you're miserable,
Right. True that.
you miserable.
You don't want to be miserable.
Be happy. Be peaceful. There's a possibility that everything can happen. There's a possibility that, hey, there might not be a God. Okay? If that's a true possibility, what is your plan if it isn't? You
Right.
don't have one. You can operate with the mindset that there is a God. There isn't a God, but I still got a plan to do what I need to do in life so that my life is comfortable. You don't have to just say, okay, it's not just black and white. Oh, there's a God, there's a God. I mean, just accept the possibility.
Right. I can understand that.
And that
True
will get
that.
you further. Like, as long as you think in one way and you don't cross this line, that means everything on this side is going to make you uncomfortable.
True that.
So now you just got to stay on this side of the road. Who want to live like that?
True that.
I don't fear anything. I'm not scared of anything. If I died tonight, I'm dead. It won't matter anymore.
Right. That's a good point.
It
That's
might
a
matter
good
to my
point.
kids for a certain period of time, but they still got to grow up. They still got to live their life.
Right.
Me dying is not stopping their life. That's why it doesn't matter. It only matters because how they perceive death.
Gotcha.
Their
That
perspective
makes sense, though.
on it. But it was going to happen anyway.
Right.
Celebrate what I gave to you while I was alive.
Right.
You know?
So make your life count for the people that it matters to.
Right. And choose what matters for y'all. Choose what matters. Stop just letting people dictate to you what matters. That's the main thing, man.
Right.
You
So
know?
detox your mind. And it ain't even got just I'm gonna say fast more so than detox.
Mhm.
Just limit.
We consume everything.
Right. So just
Everything,
fast. Spend
man.
time with yourself and your own thoughts. So you can have a moment to decipher and learn who you are. Cause that's kind of the ultimate goal. Just learning who you are.
If you don't know who you are, how you gonna love somebody else?
Right. Or even raise somebody and coach somebody
Right.
to be who they are. If you don't know who you are, you can't even motivate somebody to be who they are if you don't know who you are.
And most of us is operating as somebody else
True that.
in your name. Erase everything, y'all. Just clear your palate. Learn yourself, man.
Sure.
And
Hey,
yeah.
and I think that's gonna wrap it up. We out. Chill. I got the bathroom real quick. You good?
Yeah.